So try your best to make a visual representation. It doesn't really have to be to scale. That's not the point. The point is just a measurement here. Okay, so now you have something like this. Now, the next part is the most important step. Is you have to imagine this rectangle that you see on your screen as a completed rectangle. And all those, white parts, you want to shade them in. And this question is a bit tricky. A lot of students get this one wrong because I'll show you why. You see this little square right here?
Yeah.
And that's the top left corner. A lot of people forget to include that top left corner, but we have to understand this entire rectangle as a rectangle that is full, like it's I'll show you. 15.7 width on both sides, and the length on both sides is 19.8. In our minds, this is how we imagine this to be, like so. And so essentially what we do is we find the area of this. We find the area of this, and then we find the area of these shaded out pieces, and we subtract. Bingo. Okay, but how do we do that? Very simply.
Okay, so for the whole area, it would be length times width, right?
You got it.
Okay. Take me back to like elementary school.
Finally comes in handy.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be 15.7 times 9.8.
And
so that would be 153.86.
Yeah, and you can write that down. You always want to write things, perhaps even write it smack dab in the middle of your fake one, your imaginary one. And then from there, you can write in on your other diagram, like each individual one. So we have 4.8 in the bottom right corner, 9.8 there, 1.5 here.
I think pretty decent with these ones, but
I thought you'd be good at this one.
But I feel like it's going to get more complicated than
no, this is
8 minus 4.8.
Perfect.
And only 6.1, right?
You got it.
Okay. And then for the top, but you're saying there's a little square there. Okay, so one.
Well, let's do one at a time. So you got the length of that, but we don't just need the length. We need the area.
We need the area. Okay.
So do you know how you do that?
So I would do 6.1 times 1.8.
Perfect.
Okay, so I got so 6.1 times 1.8.
And you just write that in, 10.98. And then, so we gotta get the other length here.
Okay, so then I would do 15.7 minus 9.8 equals 5.9.
Actually, no. This is a bit of a tricky one, but you see basically in the bottom right corner, it says 4.8.
Yeah.
Across from that, on the other side, do not assume that other side is 4.8. That could be 4.2, 4.5. It's not assumed that just because it looks similar and it's directly across from 4.8. You see what I'm referring to?
No. Okay.
So on the bottom right, it says 4.8.
Yes.
And then opposite to that is on the top right. It kind of looks like the same length, right?
The top right. Oh yes. Okay.
But it doesn't say 4.8. It doesn't say anything.
Okay.
So we cannot just assume that that's 4.8. But for the purposes of this question, what we do is we take the we want to find out the length of this of total length of this, including this part. So we know it's 9.8, but what's the length here? And here we can see it's 1.1.
Okay.
You can see it's 1.1.
Okay, so in this case, then I would do 15.7. No?
No, because essentially, hold on, we have the total length here. We have 9.8 plus 1.1. That's the total length.
Okay.
And what's the width? We have the width. It's 1.5.
Oh, okay. So I would do 9.8 plus 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would, hold on, 9.8 plus 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
That would be 10.9 for that. And then 10.9 times 1.5.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
9.8 plus 1.1 times 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
9.8 plus 1.1 times 1.5. And that would give me 11.45.
I got 16.35. Because we did 1.1 plus 9.8 gives you 10.9, and we multiply that times 1.5. It's 16.35.
Hold on, 1.1
plus 9.8
plus 9.8 equals 6.9 times 1.5.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, 16.35.
Okay, good. And the next one, do you have any idea how you would get the length? You see where on the middle left it says 1.1?
Middle left 1.1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then right above that is a line with no length. Do you know how you get that length? It's a bit of a tricky one.
Hold on, so I did that. But didn't I already do...
No, because we got the area for this entire thing right here. We have the area for this thing right here, but we still need the area for this little piece right
that little
here.
area there.
Yeah, so we have here 4.3, and we have on the opposite side, we know that it's 1.5 in terms of the length. So if we take 4.3 and add 1.5 and then subtract that from 9.8, then we could have the remainder would be that little piece.
Say that one more time. Okay, so you would take
So we have the length 4.3 over here.
Okay.
And we have over here 1.5.
1.5, okay.
And if we subtract that from 9.8,
okay,
then we'll get the remainder. You see how that makes sense?
Okay, yes, that makes sense. Okay, so 4.3, and then plus, 4.3, you'd added 1.5.
It's 4. It gets to 4.
Right?
The answer is 4 for the length. Is that what you're getting?
Hold on a second. And then... So you do 4.3 and you'd add 1.5.
Uh-huh.
And then you would subtract 9.8?
Yeah.
Minus 9.8.
Or excuse me, it's 9.8 minus 4.3 minus 1.5.
So I got 4. I got 4, yeah.
Okay, and then multiply that times what? If we want that area of that little piece.
The area.
Well, we have the length. The length is 4. What's the width in that piece?
1.1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9.8.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the length right here. We have the length, and we have the width, and we just want the area of this little piece. So we just do 4 times 1.1. That's it.
No, I know. I just wasn't even there yet. I was still putting down the previous thing. But yeah, for the answer that we get, it would multiply length times width.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You wanted me to go over something previous?
1 second. It was 4.4. I just wanted to write that step down again. So 9.8 plus 4.3.
No.
No, plus
No.
1.
It's 9.8 is imaginary. So we want to get we're using an imaginary 9.8, and we're subtracting what we actually have, which is the 4.3.
Oh, yeah, so 4.3 and then 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, minus 1.5. And that will give us 4.
Right.
Okay, and then 4 times 1.1. That will give us the area.
You got it.
Okay. So now
Mm-hmm.
we have one, 0. So now we have to add them all together.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 1098 plus 1635 plus 4.
Plus 4.4, right?
Plus 4.
So we have 3 gaps. The first one on the bottom is 10.98. The one on the top, 16.35. And the baby one on the middle left is 4.4. Right?
Okay, sorry. So 4.4, and then the one on the 6.1.
No. Because remember, we're dealing with the area now. We're not talking about the length. We're not adding the length.
Oh, 10.9. Okay, sorry. I wrote it down wrong. Okay, so 10.98
Yes.
plus 4.4 plus 16.35.
You got it.
Okay, sorry. I was doing the calculations as if it was 16.3. But I got 31 points.
Yes, and that's the correct answer now. But what we have to do is we have to subtract that from the total area in our imaginary one, which was 153.86. You with me?
153.86. Where do you get that from?
Remember we had our imaginary one that...
Oh, yes. 153. Okay. Got it. 3.86 subtract 31.7. So that gives you a grand total of 122.13.
You got it.
Okay.